In this video, I'm going to share with you 10 Klaviyo mistakes you should avoid if you want to increase your lifetime value with email and SMS marketing for your Shopify store. If you don't know, Klaviyo is one of the most advanced email service providers. You can do email, you can do SMS marketing there. It's like your customer relationship management tool. You can build automated sequences, and of course, on this channel, you can find a ton of information and videos about Klaviyo, how to set up your automations, how to make sure that you are up to date with everything. So in this video, we're going to cover the 10 mistakes I've seen so far that ruin either email deliverability, open rates, click rates, or conversions in general from your emails. So the first problem number one that I've seen is ignoring segmentation. I have a few segments that I can share with you that you can implement, but ignoring segmentation is a big thing, and especially if you grow rapidly. If your list is growing rapidly, maybe your list isn't that big. Maybe you have only 5,000 subscribers on your list and they came on your list or they subscribed recently. So that means they're aware of who you are, your brand, what it delivers, what products you sell. And whenever you send a campaign, you might get pretty decent open rates and even click rates. I've seen this pattern happening up to about 25,000 subscribers. At this point, you will have a lot of people inside of your list that really don't want to get 2-3 email campaigns per week. Maybe they are not even interested in your product at all. They subscribe because they saw something and they're just and they just basically subscribe just because. So you want to start filtering these people. Here are a few segments that you can consider. Maybe you've never heard about them before. First is brand enthusiasts. So people that subscribe to your newsletters. And by the way, these are old screenshots. So I found this document with a ton of strategies. And I believe these segments can still help you out. At least try it out and see what's going to happen. Brand enthusiast is a person that subscribed to your list. Obviously, it's gave you their marketing permission. Place an order at least 3 times, and maybe they've reached certain revenue, or maybe their lifetime value is less than $300. This is a group of people that most likely will become, or maybe you already are, your VIPs. So things like referral marketing or affiliate marketing, things like VIP offers. VIP offers meaning that they will know about this first, will work really well. And of course, if you have bundles, this most likely are good people to promote your bundles, because you can expect higher average order value from these customers. So next is a segment you should be avoiding. So maybe exclude these people. These are people that we like to call dead weight. They subscribed to your newsletter many weeks ago, in this case, 24 weeks ago. By the way, you can change the numbers and see how many people you have, because if you have 100 people in a segment, probably doesn't make sense to send them an email. But they subscribe to your newsletter, they open 0 times, and they place 0 orders. You don't need these people on your list. Next, high rollers. So also they place at least 3 orders, but their revenue is greater than $300. So here you can definitely give them a superb experience with your brand. Newly theirs, they clicked an email 3 times at least in the last 60 days. They viewed products or maybe specific products. They started the checkout, but they haven't placed an order yet. These are people that are nearly there, so try to talk to them in a specific way. Then we have potential brand enthusiasts, people that are on our newsletter. They ordered at least once in the last 16 weeks, but the revenue is less than $100 or maybe less than your average order value. Try to get them to buy again, maybe spend a little bit more money this time. And finally, potential high rollers. So we have people that place an order at least once in the last 16 weeks. The revenue is less than $300, but it's greater than $100 or your average order value. So you can play with your LTV here. So if you have lifetime value over the last 6 months, that is, let's say $250 or $300, that's where you would like to build this number. The revenue is greater or less than. Now, typically, when it comes to segmenting, we've seen people that are engaging with our newsletters. So they open or click emails in the last 30 days, in the last 60 days. If you're getting great open rates for people that open or click in the last 60 days, you can expand it to 90 days and so on. However, I highly encourage you to try segments that are more action specific. So if someone opened an email, they look at certain products, but they haven't bought, send them a text instead. Maybe they look at certain products multiple times. Maybe they have been active on site, but didn't look at any products multiple times in the last 30 days. If you're getting a lot of traffic, these segments will really look juicy because you have so much untapped potential there, and you can personalize at scale with that. But let's move on to the next problem that we've seen, poorly designed emails. Well, I don't have to share with you, and we don't have to talk about it too much, but I'll give you a few tips. So there's usually two worlds when it comes to email design. On one side, you have the most beautiful email. The design is just excellent. You can print it out and put it on the wall. By the way, we had a customer or a client who was doing that. Whenever we designed an email, he printed it out. He wanted to see it, almost like he wanted to feel it, like a physical newsletter. Then on the other hand, you have customers that absolutely send crappy emails. The design is horrible. There's multiple colors. You can't find yourself when you open it on mobile. It just looks like a spam. That's how it looks like. And by design, it's not spam because your email provider just basically block all the images and you have all the question marks, but it's just by design. It was poorly designed. So I highly encourage you to hire someone that knows email design. Have them build a template and stick to the template. It will look professional if you keep it simple. If you're in that world where design looks not so good, and maybe you're not there yet to hire someone, just stick to the basic. Pick one template and focus on the foundations. If you're spending way too much time on the design and it's just super extraordinary, this will tap into the next problem that we might have, which is the deliverability, but more on that later. So poorly designed emails, yes. Another aspect of poorly designed email is the lack of call to action. Unless you're a high-end fashion brand, call to actions make sense. What we've seen working really well is a call to action that's action specific. So if instead of saying shop now or learn more, let's say you're saying skincare and specific products, try this duo or unlock the glowing face, something like that. If you have a subscription business or if you have a SaaS or anything that you can take action on or a customer can take action on, that's what you expect them to do. Write it down in the call to action. Next, spanning subject lines. That might be important more than ever since February 2024. You've seen it in the previous videos. There's new guidelines, especially for Google and Yahoo users. So subject lines will play a big role. You can Google words that usually trigger spam alerts inside of email service providers, usually something like free, too many. If you're caps lock and it's on all the time, it's on and you forgot to turn it off, all caps, doesn't really work well, but at least that's what I've seen. But words like free, cash, or $sign, something that you would also consider spam, don't overuse them. Next, overlooking mobile responsiveness. This is a big thing, and not necessarily talking here about the dark mode versus the day mode. The dark mode obviously can ruin your design and it just looks crappy. I've seen it many times. It's definitely a thing, but more than that, I'm really talking about designing emails only focus on the desktop users. Most likely, if you look into analytics, about 60-70% of your users will be opening the emails on a mobile device. So you want to make sure that your email is responsive on mobile. A few things that I caught, or one main thing that I highly encourage you not to use. So if you have in the header of the email multiple tabs, shop now, men's collection, women's collection, about us, just like you would see on a landing page or on your website, it might look good on desktop. However, on mobile, it might be stocking these under each other, and it takes one scroll to actually find the first image or first copy of the email. That ruins your mobile responsiveness big time. So make sure to check your emails or test them on mobile. We usually send a test to a mobile device and open it there on multiple maybe email providers just to make sure it's working fine and you can scroll through it, links working and stuff like that. Lack of personalization. There's a few dynamic features that you can use. Personalization here is mostly talking about the automated sequences because they're highly personalized. If you have a person that look at product X and your abandoned cart, abandoned checkout, browse abandonment is not showing that person this product, you're definitely missing out. But also, if you have some information, if you're collecting maybe zero-party data from immediate post-purchase questionnaires such as no commerce, maybe your pop-up is asking a question before they leave an email address. Make sure to use it, especially if you're using it for a pop-up. So in the first email or welcome email, it should be divided based on the answers provided. Provide them with, unless you have 2 or 3 products, provide them with the product or recommend them the product that are specific to their problem that they told you about on the pop-up. Next is not A/B testing. And this, again, we have 2 worlds here. We've seen brands that are A/B testing every single step. And I've done millions of A/B tests, so, and most of them didn't make sense at all, but we still did them just to find out that it doesn't make sense, so don't go there. And then you have brands that don't do any A/B testing at all. You can also, of course, you can A/B test subject lines to find out what will get you higher open rates. You can A/B test for click rates so that the design changes or call to action changes, or also you can optimize for offer, for conversion. So what offer performed better? So make sure to stick to your A/B, make sure to do some tests here and there, key performance indicator and follow them. If you see something drop below, for example, 3% click rate throughout your flows, that might indicate it. There's room for improvement, so do an A/B test there. 7, ignoring analytics or paying too much attention to analytics. The recent Klaviyo interface changes made it look like a stock market. There's constantly some dots going up, some green light, red light, and all kinds of metrics. Like there's so many numbers, it literally looks like Wall Street. There's so many different numbers, and if you refresh your page, the number has changed already. So it's just insane. But ignoring certain analytics will definitely hurt you or let you leave, or basically you would leave money on the table. So things like click rates throughout your flows, things like open rates throughout your flows. If you have an email automated sequence like a flow with too many emails and you see that an email 3 and 4 and 5 are not performing at all, there's no point of having them. Maybe you should be testing them or killing them at all, or send it and maybe try something else. If your email number 1 in the welcome series is not performing really well, you should see here place order rate 10% higher. You should see crazy click rates here. And this is the first email when someone subscribed to your newsletter is going to receive. So it's the most important email. Make sure to pay attention to the analytics there. And next one is failing to nurture new subscribers. Since we already were talking about the welcome flow, this is another thing that we should cover here. So basically, I've seen some welcome series where there's only one email. Yes, even if you have a 30% or 40% place order rate, there's still 60% of people that clicked and didn't buy. So you want to nurture them. When it comes to nurturing throughout the welcome series, I highly recommend testing at least 2, maybe even 3 offers. Make it as long as 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Don't send too many emails the first 48 hours, but also don't wait 7 days, because people will forget what is it all about. So make sure to tell enough stories, make sure to try to overcome objections, and that should help you turn your welcome flow into 2 or 3x revenue that it is now. Sending too many emails or sending too few emails. Again, we have 2 worlds here. Sending too many emails might cause people to unsubscribe. They might see it as spam. But on the other hand, maybe your customers are not going to see the spam. But if you send only 1 email every 4 or 5 weeks, the email provider like Google, Yahoo will see it as spam, because I never responded to that email. I never opened that email. I don't remember opening this email. I don't remember clicking that email or email from that sender. So sending too few emails might cause higher spam rate, definitely higher unsubscribe rate. So find a sweet spot. Maybe 2 emails, it's good for you. Maybe 3 emails. And if you listen to problem number, if you fix problem number 1 with segmentations, you might even send 4 campaigns every single week. And finally, not keeping up with Klaviyo updates. That would be as simple as setting up your verified domain or sending domain, recent updates, making sure that your deliverability is on point, or whatever updates are coming out, stick to them, follow them. The email game is changing, just like any industry out there. Everything is changing. We got to adapt. To make sure to check out what's happening in this space and follow the new guidelines. With that, I highly encourage you to click that like button if you have any questions regarding email or SMS marketing or Klaviyo marketing. Let me know in the comment section below. And if you're a brand owner currently wearing way too many hats, designing, writing copy for the emails, sending the campaigns, designing campaign calendars, back and forth with maybe your co-founder, and you just would like to source it out, have someone work as the extension of your team, someone that understands the aesthetics of your brand, the brand voice, and of course, the email service providers out there to help you make more money without spending extra on ads, happy to chat. Claudia and I will be there to cover a lot of foundational stuff. And there will be a link down below in this video where you can schedule a call with us. We'll go over your current setup and tell you what could be improved, and I'll let you decide if you'd like to hand it out to us or handle it yourself. With that said, thank you so much for your attention. I'll see you in the next video.